friend, welcome back. And this is week 3 of your 6-week mind-body transformation program. And this video is all about alignment. So first, what is alignment? Alignment are the specific cues that you hear throughout the practice that align your body so that it functions at its best. The goal of which is sthira and sukha, right? Stable and comfortable posture. Not just in the yoga room, but the goal is stable and comfortable posture throughout your life. And one quick distinction I want to make is there's a big difference between a positional cue and an alignment cue. Raise your arm up into the air is a positional cue. So I'm telling you what to do to get into the position, right? So if the pose has both arms up in the air, I might say inhale your arms up towards the ceiling. That's not necessarily an alignment cue. Relax your shoulders away from your ears so that we're not tensing these muscles up and building unnecessary tension. That's an alignment cue. So just kind of be a little bit sensitive to the fact when you hear you're in a pose and then you hear all these other little cues, what we're doing is putting your body into the best healthy alignment so that your nervous system, your digestive system, your endocrine system, your hormones all function at their best. Something we need to discuss briefly, especially as it relates to all of this, is how to avoid injuries in yoga. You're not going to make progress in your fitness, your health, your yoga practice if you are pushing. If you are pushing to your limit and trying to find that space beyond your limit, that's going to create injury faster than anything else. And this is not a no pain, no gain kind of practice. Yoga is a relaxing and unfolding. So if it hurts, ease up or completely stop the posture. Wave at the teacher. They'll give you a modification. Listen to your body and breathe. Some key alignment cues for neutral poses in the example of Warrior One or standing forward bend is to make sure that your heels are behind the second and third toe on each foot. If you stand up, go ahead and stand up if you're in a position where you could do that. Look down at your feet and see the line, the space between your second and third toe, not the big toe, but the next two toes, that line between them. Your heel goes directly behind that in all standing neutral postures. In the pose like Warrior One, where you're in asymmetrical position, that refers to the position of your front foot. Now some key alignments for standing external rotated poses like Warrior Two, Triangle, Half Moon. We want to establish heel to arch alignment in our feet. So the back foot is not 90 degrees relative to the front foot, but angled slightly, maybe 10, 15 degrees forward. And your right heel intersects your left arch. And when you have your right foot forward, front heel intersects the back arch. Another thing is that you're rolling your hips usually actively away from each other. Whenever the front knee is bent and the back leg is straight, we always want to make sure the back leg is 100% straight because otherwise we end up putting some shear across the knee. And that's really not what we're looking for. In our back bending postures, any posture where your spine is extended, cobra pose, bridge pose, wheel pose, crescent pose, any pose where you're doing a back bend, we want to always emphasize on lengthening the spine. It's called axial extension if you want to Google it or YouTube it, right? Axial extension, lengthening the spine from tail to crown. That's going to help decompress the discs in between your vertebrae, and it's going to prevent you from overextending and hopefully prevent you from getting injured. Another important key detail is engagement of the pelvic floor, engagement of the lower abdominal muscles in deep back bends to protect the stability of your pelvis and your lower back. You don't need to memorize all of this, okay? The important thing here is you're being introduced to these ideas, and now your antenna might be up when you're in your yoga practice and you hear these cues and have a deeper appreciation for them. So for forward bends, we always want to approach forward bends with the knees bent and the spine long. In the case of a standing forward bend or even a seated forward bend, knees bent, feet neutral, long spine, hinge over your hips, lengthen your spine forward, and then round forward at the end. Leg straightening is a part of how the posture happens, but it's not necessarily the most important part of the posture. And finally, our key alignments for twists. We always just remember the twist mantra: inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. So always, again, that axial extension, inhale, and then on your exhale, you can naturally occupy a deeper position because your lungs are emptying out. The only other thing that I would really encourage you to do is whenever you're in a twisting posture, pay attention to the muscles that create the twist so that you're not using the levers to just force the spine into a deeper position. Okay? The levers are supplemental. Your arms, when you use them to help the twist, when you push your elbow into your knee in some postures, that's supplemental. Okay? We want to use the muscles that rotate the spine and rotate the rib cage to twist. That's it. That's your lesson on alignment today. Take that to your next practice, and I look forward to seeing you at the studio. Namaste.